Leicester City were 5,000 to 1 to win the league. They won it. Greece were 150 to 1 at Euro 2004. They lifted the trophy without ever really having the ball. We call these miracles flukes, the magic of football. But they're not accidents, and they're not rare. The best team doesn't always win, and there's a precise, almost mathematical reason why. So let's show the working. By the end, you'll never watch an upset the same way again. Here's the answer everyone gives. The better team wins, so when they don't, somebody must have failed. They bottled it. They didn't want it enough. The manager got the tactics wrong. Outcomes are merit plus effort, and an upset means something broke. And there's real evidence for that. Over a full season, the league table is a talent ranking. Look at almost any big league, in almost any year, and the most expensive squad is at or near the top. Wage bills predict final positions with a precision that should probably embarrass the sport. Money buys better players win more matches, and by game 38, the table has sorted itself into something that looks a lot like fair. So merit matters enormously, which is exactly why an upset feels like a malfunction, like the sport has briefly stopped working properly. Hold on to that feeling, because everything that follows is about why it's wrong. And it starts with how rarely anybody scores. Verdict: 3 out of 10. Real over 38 games. Badly overrated over 90 minutes. Here's the first crack. Football barely scores. We watch a sport that produces well under 3 goals a match. Last season, the Premier League ran at 2.93 goals a game, and that was its second highest scoring season on record. The normal number is lower, so the average match is decided by 1 goal, often by 1 moment, 1 deflection, 1 save, 1 offside toe. Now hold that up against a sport with hundreds of scoring events in a night. An NBA game produces more than 100 points a side. Luck still happens on every possession. But there are so many possessions that it cancels itself out long before the final buzzer. The better team almost always wins because the game gives the better team enough time to be better. Football gives it 90 minutes and about 3 goals. And the numbers land exactly where you'd expect. Across professional team sports, the underdog wins roughly 45% of football matches. In the NBA, it's about 37%. The lower the scoring, the more upset-prone the sport, and football sits at the noisy end of that scale by design. Verdict: 8 out of 10. The sport is built in the noisy corner. Fine, you might say. The better team should still create the better chances. And usually it does. This is what expected goals measures. Every shot gets a value. How often a chance like that gets scored historically? Add them up and you get a number for the quality of everything a team built in a match. It's the closest thing football has to a measure of what a team deserved. And here's the problem. Creating chances and converting the are 2 different skills, and over a single match, converting is close to random. A team can build 3 expected goals worth of chances: a striker through on goal, a header 6 yards out, a rebound at an open net. Miss all of them and lose to a deflected shot from 25 yards. That is not unusual. It happens somewhere every weekend. Call it the deserve gap, the distance between the chances a team creates and the result it takes home. Over one match, that gap yawns open because finishing variance dominates everything. Over 15 matches or more, it closes. Expected goals becomes a genuinely reliable read on quality. The season converges on what you deserved. A single match feels no obligation to. Verdict: 7 out of 10. You can deserve it and still not get it. So is that the whole story? A list of unlucky factors we could sharpen away. Better finishing, fewer deflections, a bit less rotten luck? No. And this is the part everything has been climbing towards. None of it averages out. Because a match is a sample size of 1. That's the whole thesis. A season is 38 games, 38 samples, and across 38 samples, the noise cancels. The flukes in your favor and the flukes against you meet somewhere in the middle, and what's left standing is talent. That is why leagues feel fair, not because luck stays out of them, but because they're long enough to drown it. 90 minutes doesn't drown anything. Take one team's season and lay it out game by game. A 5-0, a 0-1 to a relegation side, a smash-and-grab away win they had no business taking. The results scatter wildly, and the average of all of them lands almost exactly on the team's real quality. Now zoom into any single frame of that strip. That is what a cup final is. That is what a knockout tie is, a sample of 2. This is the sample of 1, and you cannot coach it away because it isn't a mistake. It's the container everything else lives in. Verdict, 9 out of 10. Talent wins the season. 90 minutes is a coin with a lean. And if you want to see the purest sample of 1 in the entire sport, it's the penalty shootout. That one's already broken down in full, and the card's on screen now. If it's really just variance, why does every upset arrive wrapped in destiny? They wanted it more. It was written. Something about the shirt. Because a story is how we cope with noise we can't reduce. Hindsight hands the coin, flip a hero and a villain, and the result stops looking random the moment we know how it ended. So look at the famous ones. Leicester at 5,000 to 1, Greece at Euro 2004, roughly 150 to 1, winning a tournament without ever really wanting the ball. Denmark in 1992, called up late after Yugoslavia were excluded, given something like a 1 in 70 chance, and champions 3 weeks later. Senegal beating the defending world champions in the opening match of 2002, a team ranked 42nd in the world against the team ranked 1st. Every one of them a miracle. Every one of them also the tale of a distribution that a low-scoring, single-sample sport will produce. Reliably, forever. Somebody has to be the 5,000 to 1 shot that comes in. We simply cannot say who in advance. And underneath the myth, a post instead of a goal. A deflection, a red card, a line drawn through a toenail. Coin flips a single match never gets enough of to average out. Verdict, 6 out of 10. Real, decisive, and impossible to coach. The tale, not the rule. So, the best team doesn't always win, and now we can say precisely why. Talent decides the season because a season is long enough for luck to cancel. But any single match is the sample of 1, a low-scoring game decided by a handful of events played exactly once, where the chances you deserved and the result you got come apart. Ranked by how much each one explains the better team losing a given match. The sample of 1, single match variance, 9 out of 10. The low-scoring structure of the sport, 8. The deserve gap, finishing against chances created, 7. The unmodelable margins, woodwork, video review, red cards, penalties, 6. And merit and effort, wanting it more, 3. Real over a season. Badly overrated over 90 minutes, which means the upset isn't the sport malfunctioning. A version of football where the best team always won would be a spreadsheet. The unpredictability isn't a bug you're watching, it's the entire reason you're watching. This is the first chapter of why football is unpredictable, and every video in it is one of these upsets under the microscope. Start with the purest coin flip in the sport, the penalty shootout. The cards on screen. So which is the most underrated reason the best team loses? The low scoring, the finishing, or just the sample of 1? Tell me below.